Hey folks, how's it going? This is Iron Seagull here, back with another Sims Info and Thoughts video. So this one is going to be on the recently announced Growing Together. I already did my reaction to the trailer yesterday, so feel free to check that out too if you haven't already seen it. But this one's going to be all about some screenshots that I was sent through the EA Creator Network and a blog post that reveals some really interesting details that were not in the trailer. It is kind of interesting how, at least to me personally, what sells this pack the most are the blog posts and the gameplay trailer, though I don't know when we're going to get that for this pack. And, well, also the developer livestream, but that's not until March 3rd, as SimGuru Frost did reveal on Twitter. He also mentioned the 3 EA Network creators who built the lots in this pack, and they are DZidziak86, Deligracy, and Lil Simsy. I was trying to guess who would be the builders this time around, and I already thought that, yeah, Lil Simsy, she has a very high chance of being one of them because, well, I mean, Blue Suburbans, they would make a lot of sense with a family-themed pack. The only other guest I thought of was Simlessy because she does some really nice family homes, but she ended up telling me a few days before this pack was announced that she's not one of the builders because she joined in on my speculation thread about whether we were going to get apartments in this pack or not, which, well, we still don't know for sure. I mean, with Eco Lifestyle, I don't think we even knew that they were going to be in Evergreen Harbor until the developer livestream because they did not talk about them in either of the trailers. Well, let's move on to the screenshots I was sent. So we have this little seaside promenade that we saw at the beginning of the trailer. And, well, speaking of the sea, yes, there are seagulls. I barely noticed, but in the very back, you can see one perched on one of the street lamps. So, yeah, there we go. Seagulls confirmed. Apart from that, not really all that much for me to point out here. It does look like the child is learning how to ride the bike. And there isn't still really much I can make of the world. There's still more of it that I think we need to see before I can really make a decent judgment on it. But the Create a Sim items look really nice. Next we have this screenshot, which I already covered in one of my leak videos, but now we do get to see it in a much higher quality. So I guess to just reiterate what I've already talked about, looks like bird watching is a thing because there's the boy with the binoculars and the girl's like, oh hey, there's a blue jay. So that seems to give it away. I do like the park map in the background. It does make me wonder if this has a lot of accuracy to what this neighborhood looks like. Maybe it's kind of like Maishuno Meadows, where the whole neighborhood is a park and there's no residential lots anywhere, but yeah, too early to say for sure. But now with the two Sims on the bridge there, we have a much better idea of what's actually going on. So one of the Sims is power walking and the other is taking a picture. Also, I just want to give a quick shout out to that elephant shirt because, I don't know, I just think it's really cute. Then we got a treehouse, which looks pretty neat. I love the slide on it, though. It would be nice if we got a regular slide. I'm not talking about like the toddler slide that's one of the bonus items, but one that children could use too. But I also noticed there is a Sim towards the right hand side that is still building something despite the treehouse already looking complete. And there is a Sim coming out of the treehouse itself. I suspect that is still a rabbit hole like it was in The Sims 3, but at least this time around it looks like there is more you can do outside. And I also find it really amusing on the left, there's that fake sandbox that is just fenced in, and then it's just the sand texture painted on the ground. Last but not least, we have the baby shower. So yeah, hopefully there'll be some interesting stuff going on with this event. And I love all the Create a Sim assets shown off here and the furniture. However, there is something very odd going on, especially when you pay attention to what you can see outside the window, because they almost recreated this exact same scene in the trailer, but the biggest difference is that what you can see outside the window is just completely different. I don't understand why the change between the two. I've already seen multiple people speculating about how in this version of the screenshot they might be in an apartment, and I think it might be near the highway that leads up to that big bridge, but it's confusing. Yeah, I don't know why they did this. But now let's move on to the real exciting stuff here, and that is the blog post. So after some introductory text, they talk about the new world, San Sequoia, the bayfront town of The Sims 4. Hello neighbors, welcome to the picturesque world of San Sequoia. This coastal region is located along a beautiful ocean bay, perfect for families, and packed with a ton of outdoor open space for family gatherings and for children to play. Sims can explore 3 neighborhoods in San Sequoia: Anchor Point Wharf, Gilbert Gardens, and a relaxed residential locale, Hopewell Hills, which has a slower pace that seamlessly mixes elements of modern and traditional craftsman-style homes. We certainly love the beautiful and elegant design of a craftsman-style home. So yeah, that's pretty predictable. The worlds tend to have 3 neighborhoods if it's an expansion pack. I really hope there's more than like 12 lots though. With so much to do, your Sims' family will have the perfect outing at the urban park where they can walk in a group, learn to ride a bicycle, jog, or even hike on a nature path along the Gilbert Gardens Lake. So that's probably the park we were looking at. Your Sim can enjoy the views, play on a playground, take it slow and go fishing with the grandparents, watch a movie at the Wharf's refurbished theater. So I think that's the rabbit hole that I spotted in my trailer reaction. Grab a bite to eat along the pier, visit the library filled with children's books, or even splish and splash at Whalebird's public splash pad play area. So it seems like I may be right about the hiking feature from Snowy Escape returning for this world, so that is kind of interesting. It's too bad we can't put hiking trails in other worlds ourselves, because I tried to put one of the hiking trail signs in Brittleton Bay, and when I tried to use it, it just outright crashed my game. Infants, infants, infants. We've heard and seen all your requests for new infants, and we are elated to deliver on this new life stage that will offer true cross-generational gameplay. In this free base game update, you will have the chance to create and modify infants in casts with the opportunity to show off a wide range of clothing, accessories, and hairstyles, adopt an infant, age up from a newborn to an infant to a toddler, change an infant's diaper, give the infant a nap, put the infant to sleep, and more. Infants also will have the ability to express needs, emotions, and sentiments. Caring for an infant is intense, and just like real life, there's little time or energy for your Sim's own needs. So that's good. It looks like they are putting effort into making infants a real challenge to raise, so that's pretty realistic. And that is good that we can create infants and create a sim. I was a little worried about that, but we can make puppies and kittens and create a sim, so it is consistent. Adding more depth and gameplay to the life stage, among other life stages including toddler and children, the Sims 4 Growing Together expansion pack will add more choice and opportunity for your growing Sims by bringing up a Sim through new infant milestones. These milestones both highlight the way your Sims are growing up, as well as gain new abilities that open up the world around them for social interaction and exploration. Caregivers will have new ways of playing and caring for their infants with the changing station and infant playmat, as well as being able to carry them on their backs out into our family-friendly urban world. So let's celebrate our new infants with a baby shower event. We are also adding 18 discoverable infant quirks that change an infant's behavior. With 3 quirks per infant, each infant is bound to be unique. Some quirks include self-soother, early rise, messy eater, frequently hiccups, gassy, good appetite, snuggly sleeper, happy spitter, and free air tinkler, and more. We'll be able to learn more about infants and this expansion pack on their live stream on Friday, March 3rd at 11 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time. More family interactions. There are plenty of new ways to interact with all the members of your family and lots of new content for different age groups. Most Sim elders enjoy a good power walk around the park, a puzzle at the recreation center, or their role as caretaker of the family keepsake box. They're the best at giving life lessons, reminiscing on good times, and sneaking treats. Sometimes they even have a favorite grandchild. This might be my favorite part of the blog post. Finally, they're adding some more gameplay for elders. And I love the bit about them possibly having a favorite grandchild, because sometimes my grandma loves joking about who her favorite grandchild is. Speaking of grandchildren, toddlers are getting quite the update in this pack, as with infants we are adding 18 discoverable toddler quirks that change a toddler's behavior. These are discovered over time and make each toddler unique beyond their traits. Some examples include aggressive, picky eater, early riser, little singer, good appetite, loves water, hates bedtime, loves being carried, and more. Children also are getting a lot of attention. For the first time, children have received 4 new aspirations: Slumber Party Animal, Mind and Body, Playtime Captain, and Creative Genius. With all the new content for kids in this pack, like the treehouse, splash pad, bike, sleeping bag, slumber parties, friendship bracelets, and more, there's plenty to aspire towards. Just make sure to keep their confidence high. Or don't, but we know you'd never hurt a child's confidence, right? Because just like lost teeth, childhood confidence is also an aspect of growing up that every child sim faces in this pack. This all sounds really cool. I'm glad that they are even expanding the existing toddlers' personality instead of just focusing on the infants in terms of the quirks. And the childhood confidence thing also sounds very realistic and relatable, so I'm looking forward to seeing how that will pan out in gameplay. Growth in Milestones. Through Sims' experiences and relationships, players will begin to encounter milestones, which will provide a way of showing players their Sims' current growth, as well as their lifelong touchstones that continue to impact them as they age. These include overcoming a career obstacle, getting let go from a job, having a midlife crisis, having the family move in, and so much more. Bringing up new Sims will be filled with new infant milestones that highlight the ways in which your Sims grow up and provide a guide for players through the new infancy gameplay, making each milestone feel like a brand new and exciting experience every time. This does sound really cool. I guess combining milestones with sentiments, they are replacing the memory systems that we've had in The Sims 2 and The Sims 3. Then we got Family Dynamics. Our Growing Together expansion pack also includes a new social compatibility feature, which introduces new ways of socializing that will feel different with each sim, leading to deeper, more meaningful relationships with family and friends. Maybe specific family members are jokesters together, or maybe they're competitive. Your Sims' family tree will now reflect more complex family relationships. Your Sim will now have preferences that determine who they are socially compatible with and who are their sworn enemies. As your Sim experiences life, there will be opportunities for both drama and unity that will ultimately affect family dynamics and your Sims' relationship. Okay, so it seems, yet again, this is not chemistry. This is not romantic chemistry like we had in The Sims 2 and The Sims 3. This seems like a more sort of like broader focused feature. So yeah, I don't know if we're ever going to get romantic attraction again then. I wonder how much these preferences will differ from the existing trait system, because I already feel like the trait should be a factor. But that is pretty much it. So I am skeptical about a couple of things, but overall, some pretty exciting stuff here. I'm really glad Elders are getting some more gameplay, and the quirk system for the toddlers and the infants sounds interesting. The pets and cats and dogs have those, so hopefully they won't be as annoying as some of those are. But definitely looking forward to learning more about this pack. Hopefully they don't go quiet for a whole month, since that live stream isn't until next month, but yep, we will have to wait and see. And that wraps up another Sims Info Thoughts video, so feel free to let me know your thoughts on all this info in the comment section below, and be sure to subscribe if you'd like to keep up with my latest gaming content. I will talk to you all later, and have a great day. Thanks for watching!